My first question is, what is your job title and describe what you do?
Oh my goodness, that is a big one. Here at Ocoee Oaks, I am the school administrator, which means I'm in charge of all school operations for our preschool program that has about 160 kids, and our after-school summer camp and before-school program, which has about 90 kids. I'm also the church coordinator, which means I basically operate the church and make sure everything's scheduled. I do pretty much everything except for the actual preaching. I schedule the people to give the message. I schedule the music for Sundays. I schedule the activities for groups. So it's pretty busy and crazy.
Okay. Question number 2. What academic achievements are required for your career?
I don't know that they actually have a minimum, but they usually want at least a bachelor's degree for a position like mine, as well as a DCF certification.
Okay. Number 3. What is your favorite part about your job?
My favorite part about my job is that I am doing something that I truly believe in. I'm working here at a church, and I do believe that I am called to do this, and so I feel like I'm fulfilling a purpose. I had worked many years in retail, and I loved doing that, but I didn't have any meaning, and here I find a lot of meaning in my work.
Number 3A. What are some of the most interesting things you have done on the job?
Oh my, everything from plunging toilets to talking at graduations, to directing Cinderella's carriage for graduation, all kinds of fun things.
Number 4. In your opinion, what is the hardest part about your job?
So much work to do, and there's just not enough time to get everything done the way I'd like.
Okay. Number 5. What advice would you give to someone who wants to enter your field?
Just make sure you're doing it because you feel called and because you feel that you want to be in this position of helping people and working for the kingdom. It's a lot of hard work. It's very rewarding, but if you're doing it because someone else did it or said it would be fun, if you don't really feel called, then you're probably not going to stick with it.
Number 6. Why did you choose this career? What influenced you to choose this career? What makes your job special?
I had worked in retail for more than 25 years in management and left that because I was called. I truly believe I was called to do this. I've been going to church here for a long time, and the church needed someone that had my skill set. I think that God had placed me and given me the experience that I had so that I could help the church. And so I transitioned over, and I'll never look back.
Okay. Number 7, what skills are required for your job?
A lot of organization skills and communication skills and a lot of leadership skills, as you've got to work with a lot of different people and a lot of different groups and keep everything organized and on time.
Okay. Number 8, how long would it usually take to move from one step to the next step in career? How long would it take for you to be promoted?
Where I'm at right now, the next promotion would be to be a senior pastor, and that would take me getting a degree as a pastor, and that's not something I'm interested in, but that would take me at least 3 years if that's what I chose to do.
How do you see your job changing over the next 5 years? How would anyone prepare for such changes?
A lot of the changes that are happening in churches throughout the country are that they've got to be able to do more with less. So just recently, as I said, I'm a church coordinator now. A lot of items that typically are done by a senior pastor, most churches can no longer afford to pay a full-time pastor with benefits because they're very, very expensive. And so they hire people like me as church coordinators to do the majority of the tasks, and then we bring people in to do the preaching and things of that sort. So that's a huge change, and that will continue to change in my role, where we're going to be doing more and more coordinators, which is actually how the church started. Most people don't realize that the most preachers initially were not full-time pastors. They were organizers, and they would get people together and then have people talk about scriptures and Jesus.
Okay. Does your job require any traveling?
Very, very little. The only time it requires traveling is if there's a meetings I need to go to, and typically it's less than 60 miles.
What is your yearly salary?
It's between 50 and 100.